साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ भूतभव्य भवत्प्रभो प्रशान्त साई भूतात्मा धर्मात्मा श्रीधन्वन्तरी अंश श्री सत्य साईने मम प्रार्थना। उत्तिष्ठ शोक संकट दुःख निवारण महाकृपा कटाक्ष पाहि मां पाहि मां पाहि। ॐ भूतभव्य भवत्प्रभो प्रशान्त साई भूतात्मा धर्मात्मा श्रीधन्वन्तरी अंश श्री सत्य साईने मम प्रार्थना। उत्तिष्ठ शोक संकट दुःख निवारण महाकृपा कटाक्ष पाहि मां पाहि मां पाहि। ॐ भूतभव्य भवत्प्रभो प्रशान्त साई भूतात्मा धर्मात्मा श्रीधन्वन्तरी अंश श्री सत्य साईने मम प्रार्थना। उत्तिष्ठ शोक संकट दुःख निवारण महाकृपा कटाक्ष पाहि मां पाहि मां पाहि। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Sairam to all.
Sairam and good evening and welcome to all the devotees of Shri Sai Sparshan. And we are starting today's 47th session of online Sai Satsang. And today is a holy Saturday, and every Saturday and every day, every minute, whenever we have Satsang, is a holy. Because whatever we do otherwise is not holy, but whenever we are able to spend some time in the thought of God, that's the Satsang. That's a holy kind of occasion and time, and that is blessings of Swami, which is being given to us, the devotees of Sai Sparshan, and every Saturday. And that's the 47th session itself is a very great blessings of Swami, be continuously giving us this opportunity. And today, let us start today with Swami's blessings. And to remember today from the Panchangam, today Shri Plavanama Samvatsara, Uttarayana, Grishma Ritu, Jeshta Masa, Tritiya Titi, Shanivasara Yuktayam, Siravasara Yuktayam, and then let us offer our salutations at the lotus feet of Shri Sathya Sai Baba, Shirdi Baba, Lord Venkateshwar of Tirumala, the Hanuman, Maruti, and Anjaneya, Shanishwara, and Navagraha Devatas, and all the Devatas and Sakala Devatas Swarupa Shri Sathya Sai Baba and Shirdi Sai Baba. Let us invoke their blessings and start. Just for a reminder, tomorrow, Sunday, 27, one is we have our bhajans tomorrow evening from 7 to 7:45. And tomorrow also happens to be Sankasthahara Chaturthi Vrata. The people who observe the Ganesha's puja as a Sankasthahara Ganapati, and that also is there tomorrow. And therefore, let us see the blessings of Lord Vigneshwara also. Sairam. And today's topic, the Bhaktaka Vishwasi Bhagavan Hai. This is a kind of a topic title. Again, every time whenever Shri Vinod and Praveen ask me to give the topic or the title, I always wait until I get a kind of prompting. That's a fact. That's true. And this time the prompting came as we were watching on the Sony television the Vignahartha Vignesha and Shirdi Sai Baba, both the serials which are coming regularly. Whoever is watching that, really it's very well depicted. The Vignahartha Vignesha, and also a lot of pilgrimages are covered. And similarly, Shirdi Sai Baba's also various the Charitras. And they are coincidentally, like we all started in our satsang, the stories of Mahabhaktas. In Shirdi Sai Baba also, the same stories of Bhaktas and Mahabhaktas have been started. Similarly, in the Vigneshwara Vignahartha, last about 10 days back, started with Jagannath Puri Kshetra. And a lot of information about the devotees of Jagannath Puri, where Balabhadra, Subhadra, and Shri Lord Jagannath, Krishna, is worshipped. And number of very interesting and devotional stories. And in one of them, we also saw that as most of the people who have gone to Jagannath Puri know, there's a temple called Sakshi Gopala. And whoever visits Jagannath Kshetra, they have to visit the Sakshi Gopala mandatory. Because Sri Krishna Jagannatha Swami has told that he is the Sakshi for our visit. So he is standing as a Sakshi Gopala, and then in order to honor the words and prayers of his devotees. And there, when the preaching came, Krishna himself reveals to his bhaktas there that why he became a Sakshi Gopala, and also to his various other devotees, that Bhagavan, after all, is a creation of the Vishwas of Bhakta. The other way, Bhagavanta by himself as God, he is not existent. He is existent because of the Vishwasa, the trust, the devotion of the Bhakta. Therefore, there is an intrinsic relationship. For however much and however many number of satsangat we go on doing, it is just about Bhagavanta and about Bhakta. There is no Bhagavanta without Bhakta, there is no Bhakta without Bhagavanta. They are umbilical cord. They are like the umbilical cord of the human genome system. And similarly, and here, the Vishwas is the most important word, and therefore, Vishwas with God becomes the Shwas, that is the breathing, Soham, Soham. And then Vishwas, the Shwas, and then, see, otherwise, when we don't have that, and when we inhale and when we exhale, then the exhale is Nishwas. The Shwas and the Nishwas and the Vishwas, when it becomes Vishwas, and everything goes on celebrating the name of Vishnu, 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 and Soham, 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 and Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. And that reaches God. So this is the importance of the topic today. And before we proceed to that, we have a few quotes and then we will proceed. And Swami says, you are surrounded and blinded by an illusion. This illusion has become a reality to you, thinking that illusion is reality. And most of the time it happens to us. And sometimes when we wake up from the dream, we think the dream is true. And the reality, an illusion. And whatever happens live and reality, we take it as a dream or an illusion. And we get confused. A mother will not play with a doll when a beautiful child itself is in front of her. The playing with a doll is before she has a child. Similarly, little girl plays with an idol or a doll. Similarly, little girl plays with a doll until she is able to see the idol of God and knows who God is and sees her as a real child. And when she grows up, she puts them away, throws away all the dolls, and goes in search of the idol. Like Mira Bai and Andal, they went in search of Krishna. They wanted only Krishna and nothing, and nobody else except Krishna. Because then she looks for the real thing. When your love for God rises to its ultimate limits, you will find that you are forever. You find that you are ever content only by seeing Him, by just being with Him, by doing only His singing and singing the glory of God, either through bhajans or sankirtanas or satsang lectures. You do not need to be surrounded by friends and relatives. Don't count upon how many others are coming with you, how many others are sitting with you, how many others are going to listen to you. None of this should bother you. For you need not have to feel lonely because God is always there universally and hearing you, listening to you, clapping your kind of whatever talks or your bhajans and appreciating you, lauding you, prodding you, pushing you for your development. Look for my constant companionship, says Swami. That is there within you. Believe me, that's what you need. That's the true reality. And when you realize that, you don't have to get worried about any other thing. And in Satyasai Shri Sai Satcharita, in the end, Shri Sai Baba says one of the what is called Sai Sukti Sudha. That's in Kannada. And before that, there are 2-3 small lines from Sai Satcharita. साई के द्वार पे आए जो जोली, साई हमारी रक्षा करो, ना गई कभी काली। जोलियां उन्होंने सबकी बर्दी, जिसने एक बार उनकी पूजा कर ली। साई का नाम सदा जपते रहो, वही सुखों के दाता, वही मुरादों के वली। बोलो जय साई राम, जय साई राम, जय साई राम, बोलो जय साई राम. Shri Sai Sukti Sudha also says in Kannada, ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿನ್ನ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಸದಾ ಇರಲಿ, ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ನ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಹರಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ, ನನಗೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಸದಾ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯನ್ನು ಹರಿಸುವಂತೆ ಅನುಗ್ರಹ ಮಾಡು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ. ಗುರುವನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಾಲಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಗಳು ನಂಬುವಂತೆ ಮಾಡು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ. ಅದೇ ನಿಜವಾದ ಸಾಧನೆ. ಯಾರಾದರೂ ನನ್ನನ್ನೇ ಧ್ಯಾನಿಸಿ, ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಸೇ, ಯಾರಾದರೂ ನನ್ನನ್ನೇ ಧ್ಯಾನಿಸಿ, ನನ್ನ ನಾಮವನ್ನೇ ಸ್ಮರಿಸಿ, ನನ್ನ ಲೀಲೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಡಿ ತಾನೇ ತಾನಾಗಿ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾರೋ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಮೇಶನ್, ತಾನೇ ತಾನಾಗಿ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾರೋ, ಅವರ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಇದ್ದರೂ, ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಕರ್ಮ, ಸಂಚಿತ ಕರ್ಮ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಕರ್ಮಗಳಿರಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ನಶಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಆಗಾಮಿ ಕರ್ಮ, ಮುಂದೆ ಬರುವ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು ನಶಿಸಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತದೆ. ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಅವರ ಬಳಿಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುತ್ತೇನೆ, ಅವರನ್ನ ಕಾಪಾಡುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಯಾರು ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ನನ್ನನ್ನೇ ನೋಡುತ್ತಾ, ನನ್ನ ಕುರಿತಾದ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನೇ ಕೇಳುತ್ತಾ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ, ಸತ್ಸಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸದಾ ಕಾಲ ಸಾಯಿ 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 ನಮೋನೆ ಉಚ್ಚರಿಸುತ್ತಾ ನನ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತಾರೋ, ಅವರು ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿ ಸಾಯಿ ದೇವನನ್ನೇ ಸೇರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಇಹಪರಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಹೆದರಬೇಕಾದ ಅಗತ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಇಹವನ್ನು ನಾನು ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ, ಅವರ ಪರವನ್ನು ಅಪರಗಳನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನಾನೇ ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ declaration which Sri Sai Baba has assured all of us, and Swami has also given the same proclamation. Another one or two small quotes. Swami, one of the discussions and discourse he has said about karma, bhakti and jnana. That's what our satsang is. It deals with karma, bhakti, and jnana. And Swami says the world could follow them with proper understanding. When someone asks your name, you do not give a real name. You fob him off with the name by which your body is identified as separate from others' bodies in this life. That's why many a time we associate the name of the body as our name. And you do not give the name that has been with you life after life. And it is the name given to you by the God. And that has survived many, many deaths and many, many births, namely the Atma. The Atma is the name of you. That name is ignored by you, since it is overlaid by three veils called, Swami says, Mala, Vikshepa, and Avarana. The Mala is the dirt of the wise, wickedness, and looseness of our mind. It is removed by the karma marga, by doing so many service and other activities as the karma. The observance of selfless activity dedicated to high purpose and with no tinge of pride, pomp, or sense of ownership, so far as the fruits of that activity are concerned. And that is the karma marga, to remove the mala or the poison or the sins that we have done. Second way is called the vikshepa, ignorance, by which our mind is clouded with, which hides truth and befogs the intellect, confounds the reasons, and clothes the falsehood with the tinsel that attracts. And this is removed by the Bhakti Marga, by our bhajan and satsang and many of those margas. And steadily worshipping the source and sustenance of all. Him, we worship Him, the Swami, the true, the good, and the beautiful, the embodiment of love, peace, and joy in all, as all, for all, through all. The third obstacle for us is the avarana, the superimposition on the eternal, or the temporary and the rope of a snake. And many a time that seeing a rope, we take it as a snake and get afraid. On the noonday desert of the gleaming lake, on the mother of pearl of silver, on what is called Sarvam Brahmamayam, Brahman, that is the reality and real reality of the universe, of the multiform, multicolored, distracting, changing world. This veil, the obstacle, is removed by the Jnana Marga, by doing homas, yajnas, reading of scriptures, and doing Namaparayana, Swami Parayana, Sastanamas, Lakshantara, Lakshartanas, Vishnu Sahasranama, Raita Sahasranama, and other things, which reveals the Atma as all pervading, all inclusive, all sustaining. When the elimination of this jnana is gained, the reality is experienced, and the man is free from all the ego, and he is free to merge with Swami. He merges with the truth, and truth is Satya. Satya is Swami. Satya is Swami, from which he broke off years ago on the long and arduous adventure into the dark night of individuality, but to break free from that and get kind of liberation to merge with Swami, the truth, and Satyam, Satyam, Satyam. And this is one of the Swami's, again, very standing proclamation. And followed by this now, we will start today's topic, Mahabhaktas. See, Mahabhaktas are classified as people for whom there was nothing else between them and God. They thought of only God. They worshipped God. They ate God. They breathed God. So everything should become God, 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 God only. And when that stage is reached, they become the Mahabhaktas. And therefore, Swami says, I am the servant of the Mahabhaktas. Swami says that he is the servant of the Mahabhaktas. Like Vamana went and stood at the doors of Bali Chakravarti, because Bali was such a great devotee. And like Draupadi's sandals, Krishna carried in the Mahabharata war, when Draupadi was taken to the Bhishma's tent one day before, as to ask Bhishma as to how he will die, and asking him the details and the secrets of it. And at that time, in order that Draupadi's sandal sound is not heard and disturbed, and somebody knows, Krishna when carries the sandals of Draupadi. And like that Sudama and all the things we have seen, how the God almost even becomes a servant to help his devotees. And really, today, again prompting of Swami, Sri Namadeva of Maharashtra, of Pandharpur, he is our today's Mahabhakta. And Sri Namadeva was born in Pandharpur, Pandharpur, as most of the people who have gone to Pandharpur, had the divine vision and darshan and worship of Lord Panduranga Vitala. And again, Swami himself has sung a number of songs on Panduranga Vitala. And Swami was leading the Pandari bhajans during his early days. So that gives the kind of further kind of virtue and greatness to Pandharpur. And in this Pandharpur, on the Chandrabhaga river, there was a sadhu called Damaji. That means he was a pious person, and Damaji. And he had his wife called Gunabai. And many a time, what happens is, sometimes when the people are very virtuous and all that, one or the other worries will be there. If no other worry, at least the worry of not having children. Similarly, Damaji and Gunabai didn't have children, and they worshipped Vitala. But Damaji, by being a Damaji person, saint, he being a sadhu, he tried to console his wife. Why are you crying that we don't have children? And when Swami is with us, what more you want? Why are you bothered? And that too, we are already aged old. And how do you expect a son to be born? But again, as a wifely kind of ambition, the wife Gunabai yearned to have a son, to have a child with the blessings of Vitala. And then she tells her husband that, okay, you are believing in God, Vitala, but is your Vitala not that competent enough and capable enough to grant a son? Does he want reasons? That he want any rhymes? That he want any season? That he want any reason? No, he doesn't need. And therefore, she almost insists that he should go and pray. Although Damaji son was not interested to pray for their own self-interest. But again, because of his wife's insistence, he went to Vitala and then he just prays whatever his wife had told, but he sleeps outside the Garbhagudi of the Pandharapura, the Vitala temple. And then when he has slept, then what happens? However, like the belief of people, belief is God. Wife had told, if your Vitala is God and he is capable and competent to grant children, how can he prove otherwise? Therefore, Sri Lord Vitala, Panduranga Vitala, appeared in the dream of Damaji and granted the boon that, yes, whatever your wife has asked, it is a good wish, it will happen. And therefore, he blessed them with a child. And but in order that to happen, Vitala also said, tomorrow morning, that you go to the Chandrabhaga river with your wife, Gunabai, and take a dip. And when you are there in the river, a pearl cup or a chip will come floating, and you take out that. There will be a child in that. There will be a child in that pearl chip. And therefore, this is what Sri Vitala appeared in the dream, blessed him, and went away. And then he was happy. He went and told his wife, and next morning, both of them went. And they went to the river, and then after taking a bath, while they were taking a bath, as Sri Vitala had promised, a pearl cup came floating along with one small child, and in that, and they received that, and they got that child, and as per Swami's wish, that since it had been received by them, they were very, very happy, very grateful to Lord Satyasai Panduranga. And Swami had also revealed that this person or boy will be a great person. And he says, he is known to me for several generations. He is the Uddhava Amsha. We remember in the Mahabharata and the Bhagavata, Sri Uddhava was a great friend and devotee of Sri Krishna. And therefore, he is the Uddhava Amsha and a great devotee of Krishna. And therefore, in the river Chandrabhaga, when they got this child in the pearl cup, they were very happy. They embraced the child, took it home, and then they were worried how to feed the child. And then she got the milk also to feed the child by Vitala's grace. And although at their old age, they were able to look after the child well. And then they were doing daily worship and also continuing this. And this boy grew up. He was named Namadeva. And he was named Namadeva. And then this Namadeva also, from the childhood, became a devotee and was worshipping Lord Vitala. And then having his Upanayanam and got educated and has got all the Upanishads and other things done. And if you had a lot of this thing, devotion in God. One day it so happened, father Damoji had to go to another village to do some kind of pujas. And then, but every day the habit was that in many houses it's being done. They do a daily worship and they keep Naivedyam also in front of the Lord. And then, similarly, in order that it should not be missed, when Shri Sai Basacharya is also, we hear about so many things. And this particular boy, Namadeva, was asked to take the Naivedyam plate to Lord Vitala in the Panduranga temple. The mother gave it to him. And then mother, they thought like his father used to do, you take, keep it there like most of us do, and we keep the Naivedyam and we ourselves consume everything. And we don't even wait, we don't even pray, we don't even want God to come and eat it, so that we do not have anything to eat. Oh, but whereas this, Namadeva really believe that when Naivedyam is offered before God, that God really comes and eats it. And what he did was, he kept that plate of Naivedyam, went on waiting, waiting, waiting. And he thought, now the Lord, Vitala will come, he will eat like we people eat, and then he will take back the plate. However much he waited, like it happens in reality, and many a time, for most of us, Swami Vitala did not come for a long time. But this boy became very kind of tense. And what he knows, when he becomes tense, what can a devotee do? Devotee can only do prayer, do bhajans, do some kind of cry and sob, and again scream and ask only for God, 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 and God's help. And when he was doing this, Lord Vitala could not keep himself constrained in the Garbhagudi. He had to come out. He came out, gave darshan to this Namadeva and told that, don't tell anybody, I will eat this now. And he came, fondled him, ate fully all that Naivedyam that has been kept in that plate, emptied it and gave it back to Namadeva, saying, don't tell anybody, nobody will believe you, and not even to your mother. But however, after coming back, Namadeva told his mother, because when she asked, how are you bringing an empty plate? Because we always take that prasadam. Prasadam is after offer the nivedyam, and whatever is in the plate, we take it as prasadam. There's nothing left. But he came and told, no, Swami Vitala came. He ate all the things and every item that was kept there, and he blessed. But mother could not believe. And afterwards, when the evening, the husband, Damaji, also came. She told the same thing to him. What a surprise. They first thought maybe this boy is a little, because by being a small boy, sometimes they may make some kind of fun also. They didn't believe him. But he maintained that, yes, I saw Lord Vitala coming out from the Garbhagudi and eating this. And then he said, I will not believe you. Now you come with me next day. Next day, Father Damaji also went with Namadeva, and they kept the Naivedyam plate before the Lord Vitala in the Garbhagudi. As it happened, for several minutes and hours they waited. Vitala did not come. And then Damaji started telling his son Namadeva, no, I told you, I have never seen God coming out and eating this prasadam for all the several years that I have been worshipping him. How he could come and do it for you? He could believe. But the boy was not to be taken like that. He went to Garbhagudi, prayed to Vitala, saying that, Swami, why are you testing me? My father and my mother are not believing me. And how can they suspect me and suspect you are having coming under? Please come out and eat the Naivedyam today also in front of my father. But God was refusing to do it. He told Namadeva, no, I cannot give and come darshan like Swami's interviews. Just because your friend has got an interview who has gone with you, if you think that my friend was given an interview, Swami did not give me interview. Swami says, wait, your turn has to come. Similarly, it's for Damaji also. But however, on the insistent prayers, because Swami many times agrees, accedes to the request and the prayers of the bhaktas. And therefore, Swami was pleased with the argument which Namdeva put. He asked Vitala, Swami, can you do this Bija Vruksha Nyaya? That means the seed tree and the justice. That means Bija Vruksha Nyaya. That means I am the Bija of my father and I am the seed. And whereas you won't give me darshan, you are refusing to give the darshan to the tree, that is the Ruksha, that is my father. Is it a nyaya? Is it justice? And when he went on arguing, Vittala relented and gave darshan to both Father Damaji and Namadeva, again coming out, eating in their presence. And seeing this, Damaji was very happy because he could see from his own eyes and was elated, and he had divine bliss and went home, told his wife also, yes, whatever son Namdeva said is true. Then Namdeva later got married after some time to one good girl called Radha Bai. She was also a devoted person, continued devotion, and continued doing the pujas. And Radha Bai, the wife, afterwards delivered a male child after some time. And then what happened when she delivered a male child? And they had to have a naming ceremony for the child. And as usual, they had a function at home. And Namadeva, he went to the Vittala Devasthana and the Vittala Garbhagudi, and Pandarapura Vittala Swami, he prayed to Swami Vittala to come to his house for taking lunch and come and bless the child and name the child. We called a naming ceremony. A lot of people come and go, the friends, the relations and guests and so many. And then he prayed intensely, Swami, it is your child. You have blessed me with the child. You have to come and bless. You have to come and bless the child and take the lunch in our house. And then again, like our Swami is to the very, very intense prayers. He doesn't need anything else. No force, no, but he is sincere. But now, the house, and not only he came like some others. When you are invited for a function, you just don't go. You carry some gift, carry some present, and do like that as a society kind of formalities. Came some gifts and then ate lunch in the house of all the relations. And the child was named in the presence of Vittala as Narayana, the blessed child from Narayana. Vittala, the boy was named Narayana. It happened in most of the houses of devotees. It is a common complaint that people are devotees. Many times, Sai devotees also. In many houses, high devotees have one kind of such a kind of a deep devotion. Some of them may not even go to work. Some of them may not even earn. For the family, no income for the family. And they remained poor, particularly for mother of Namadeva. Namadeva's mother also was a devoted. Why? Was not happy. She married, got a son, a family, to the couple, husband has a priest somewhere, and he doesn't have much income, and this lot of inward problem was there. And Gunabai waited for some time when nothing much improved. What she did was, like some of our devotees do sometimes, when they're angry, all the anger is shown against God himself. God becomes the victim of all our anger, all our problems, although it is because of our prarabdha karma which he doesn't understand. So what he did was, Gunabai went to the temple and blamed and complained to him, even saying, alleging that the Lord Vittala has kept her son, now it has become her son, Namadeva, as his captive, and is not allowing him to go and do work and earn some money for the family. She even complained, she even wrote. And then, when she was doing all that thing, then Lord Vittala told Mother Gunabai that, why are you blaming me? Because he has been born with different virtues. He is not like other people who will go and work somewhere, in some company and something somewhere, earn some money, become rich, become big, become famed. No, he is born to be a devotee. A devotee does not need any of these things. All these apparels, all this extra thing is only for others. Why are you comparing him with other children and who will earn and who will make? You are this thing. What is your problem? You are poor? Means what? You are not getting income. That means you don't have any food to eat in the house. You want only some food items. Ask for me. Ask for rations. Yes, I will give it. Like times the government gives people ration and other things when it is required. And our like Akshaya Punya and Akshaya Patra also. And That is inevitable. And then what God did was, you go home, don't worry about this. And then even she was told by Swami, the Vitala told her, you don't know my relationship with your son, Namadeva. It is not today's, whereas with you and your husband, Damaji, it is only a temporary. You have become devotees only now. And you have been worshipping me thinking that you are devotee. But this Namadeva whom I have granted you, he is my Uddhavamsha. As Uddhava is known to me from several hundreds of years and several births and other things. I know him such a long time, like Arjuna. Arjuna was known to Krishna for several births. Whereas for Arjuna, he could know Krishna only for as his classmate or as his sahapati or sahayaka or his kind of charioteer. Similarly here, Uddhava had that distinction. And therefore, Lord Vitala said, don't worry about this thing. Don't insist that I should make him not come to my temple. Because even Gunabai went to extend that stop him from going to the temple. Let him go to the field, farm, and do something. Then Lord said, if at all you have been so much worried, take away your son. Take away your son with you. And I know how to bring back Namadeva to me. Wherever he goes, he will not leave me. I am aware of that. Now you want your son back? You don't want him to be in the temple? Okay, take him. And then she became happy. Coming at end, we people become happy with small things. And when you go to Swami also, we ask for a small thing. It is granted by Swami. And they immediately come back. Oh, we had darshan, we had this blessing, that blessing. But is that blessing what we asked? Was it really sufficient? Was it really good? Was it really worthy? We don't question. And now what happens is, she returned home. By the time that she could return home, Swami Vitala, what happened? He assumed the form of a merchant and a rich merchant called Keshava Saukar. And in the guise and form of a rich merchant, he got carts full of several carts, cattle carts of full of lot of groceries, and it was delivered to his house, saying that it has been given by this merchant in the name of Keshava Saukar. Who is Keshava? Our Lord Vitala, Sai Vishava, Sai Keshava only. And about Namdeva was highly overcome with devotion. He didn't know anything about this. And he went on praying to Lord Sai Vitala was the real father, real mother, and relative and friend, and all. And therefore he was everything to him. Like in our bhajans also, we always call Swami as everything to us. And except him, there's nothing else for us. And therefore, you are the only shelter to all of us. And after some time, when Namdeva saw in the house that lot of this wealth had come, lot of groceries are there. He asked the mother, and what is the secret? She didn't tell him. Because she was worried, he may go and ask Krishna, Vitala, to take it back. And if she is told that she got it after prayer to Vitala. And she kept quiet. But she inquired with one servant called Janabai. Janabai was called Brahmavadini. Although she was a servant in their house, later we read about our Janabai as one of the great devotees also, and she was a Brahmavadini. She replied that a rich merchant Keshava Saukar had come and delivered. And Namdeva was highly overcome with devotion, thanked God for all these things what he has done, although he was not expecting that. And after some time, Namdeva and others went to Gaurakumbhara's house. We are also known from the various bhaktas. There was a Gaurakumbhara, a pater called Gaurakumbhara, a great devotee of Vitala. And they went to his house. He was a great devotee for satsang. And during that, Jnanadeva, again, Sant Jnanadeva, another great devotee of Swami who is in Pune, and Jnaneshwar. Sant Jnaneshwar, he was called Jnaneshwar, and he has written a number of books which Sai Baba asked his devotees to read. And now, this Jnanadeva asked Gaurakumbhara to test each of these devotees who had come for the satsang. Coming at time, people go either reluctantly, half-heartedly to satsang and bhajans. They'll be just waiting when it will be over, when we will run away. And therefore, there will be such people also, what's called matured and immatured. Not from the point of view of physical maturity, but from the mental maturity of bhakti, the devotional maturity. And Then that is called what is called Pakwa Gata and Apakwa Gata. Gata is called a part. But Adhyatmic, we call Gata is the soul. That is the body, not body, the soul, the Atma. And the Atma and the Paramatma. The Pakwa Gata is something ready to go to Paramatma. And the Apakwa Gata remains only as a body, not even a soul. That means the Atma at the initial level. Now, this is what we call Apakwa is the deficient stage. And Kora Kumbara went on striking on the heads of all the devotees there as per the orders of Ganadeva. And all were silent and nobody retorted, nobody replied, reacted. But when it was hit on Namadeva said, Namadeva cried. And when it was hit on his head, then Gaurakumara immediately declared that among them Namadeva was the only one Apakvakata, meaning from his side that he is the person who is not able to reach God immediately. And he had to do some sadhana. And Namdeva felt humiliated because for him, he had a little bit of that ego that he was a great devotee of Lord Vitala. Lord Vitala used to appear to him and also talk to him and console him and all that. And other Jnanis also started laughing at the statement of Kumbara, Bhakta Kumbara. But whereas it made him more miserable. Then again, what he could do, he thought, okay, it's another Leela of Swami. Because like Swami also many a time, one day he praises you like sky high, another day he ridicules you, and lot of other students and other devotees will laugh also, and you feel humiliated. At that time, that's all Bhagwan, Panduranga, Sairanga, Leela, and like many times Swami does. And again pray to him only, Swami, what is this happening? And then again Vitala appeared and declared among the presence of all of them, including to Gaurakumbara, that among them Namadeva was the nearest and closest devotee of his. He does not have to travel like others. He has already traveled and he has already reached him. He is his Rupa. And therefore, he declared that Namadeva is no different from him, no difference between Namadeva and myself. And Swami embraced him, clarified that Dhanadeva and others laughed not to humiliate him, just they knew his greatness. They wanted others to know about it. To make others know about it, this Leela was done. But Swami Vitala told Namadeva, but you have got to go a long journey of going to Sadguru because you have not had any kind of formal teaching. He said, you go to Sadguru and seek his Upanishas. And Namadeva was asked to go to a Naganath temple and then meet one Visoba Sadhu. And when he went there, he saw this Visoba Sadhu was an old person, lying, sleeping, and putting his legs on the Shivalingam, which was there as an Naganatha temple. And what was very surprising, shocking to Namadeva. See, Namadeva thought, how is this old man and putting his and stretching his legs in such a lazy manner on the Shivalingam without any respect, without any devotion? And how can Lord Vitala send me to such a person calling that he is the sadhu and he is the guru? And he thought even he is a drohi, Devadrohi. Then inquired Vishoba, why is he stretching his legs on Lord Shiva Lingam? But Vishoba said, I am old. What I can do? I cannot see. I cannot move. But I cannot get up. Can you please help me moving my legs aside and keep it where Shivalingam is not there? And then when he asked for that, Namdeva tried to do it and shifting his legs to several places in several directions. And whenever his foot was raised and kept somewhere, earlier there was no lingam there visible, but the lingam appeared there immediately. And everywhere, however much he tried, there was a Shivalingam coming out, like Swami produced several Shivalingam, or not one Shivalingam. Several Shivalingams used to come on Lingodbhava day. And he was very surprised and prayed to Visoba to tell what is to be done. And Namdeva understood now why Sri Vitala had sent him to this Guru to understand this, what is called the God is the universally present, omnipotent. He is Shiva. Shiva is a Parameshwara. He is present everywhere. And it is very true. Namdeva realized it through this untold Upanishad itself, or the Upadesha, and told him that Lord Vitala has sent him to take his teaching. Then Visoba was very happy, pleased, and gave up a lot of Upadeshas to him and gave him Upadeshas, and by what they call Hastamastaka Samyoga Rupa. That is what the Gurus does. Even Swami many times keeps his hands, Abhaya Hasta, on the head of people, on the shoulders, and sometimes even our hands, and he gives that what they call abhayam, that what is called hasta mastaka samyoga. That is the Ashirvada, with which you get everything from God. You don't have to sit and get the teaching like we do for years and years, and still we don't get any knowledge. And that was called the Paratattva, and the Para Apara, knowledge of Para Apara, and the Vidyam, Avidyam, and all this Adhyatma, Brahma Vidya, everything came to him pouring. And also, he told him about Saguna and Nirguna worship of Panduranga. Many a time for us also, Sai devotee, it is applicable. Saguna Bhakti is in the form of Swami. So when Swami's photo is not there, many times we think that Swami is not there, God is not there. We don't want to even pray. We don't want to do bhajan. We want a Swami's photo. That is okay, but it is only Saguna Rupa worship. The Nirguna is, you should be able to see Swami with or without Swami's photo, and no photos, no pictures, no images, and none of that. Every object around us should look like Swami to us, and that's what the Nirguna Rupa worship of the highest thing of Panduranga that was taught to him. And another 2-3 minutes, we are closing this. And Panduranga appeared again to Darshan and blessed Namadeva, prostrated to Sai Vitala, and continued worship. And he went on spreading the message of the Guru, Vishobha, and also the Panduranga's whatever teaching that was given to him. And he went on doing this, what is called, he went on like Dasaganu in Shri Baba's thing, went on spreading the message of what is called Pandurangamayam Sarvam, like our bhajan, Ee Jagame Sarvam Saimayam. Same thing like that. Everything is Sai Vishweshwara and Sai Panduranga. And then Namadeva, Dhanadeva, and others went for a pilgrimage, various pilgrimages, where they, with the blessings of Sri Lord Amtala, blessed a lot of people and transformed a lot of people, removed the various maladies and diseases of various people, and Namadeva created lakhs of abhangas. These abhangas are praising the Sai Panduranga Vitala and Pandara bhajans which Swami was singing. A lot of these abhangas, Swami was also singing in the Pandara bhajans. And then with Radhabai and Janabai and everything, he got blessing, continued to worship Lord Vitala until his last breath and until he could attain Sai Vitala Sanmukti and merge with Swami. Yeah, with this, closing the Sri Namadeva Mahabhakta's story, and Jai Sai Panduranga, and that's how the Bhaktas Vishwas He Bhagavad Bhaktas Vishwas He Bhagavan Hai. And therefore, this is the kind of summary, and Swami always remains in the Bhaktas' hearts as his Vishwasa and trust, and that's how Bhagavan always blesses all of us. And Sai Ram, Shanti, 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 one bhajan, and then we are closing.
Saira. Manuva bolo Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe Sham Nam, Ram 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 bolo, Ram Sita Ram Nam. Manuva bolo Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe Sham Nam. Ranga 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 bolo, Panduranga Baba Nam. तुकाराम नाम देवा भक्त सखा बाबा नाम. तुकाराम नाम देवा भक्त सखा बाबा नाम. पांडुरंग 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 बाबा नाम. पांडुरंग 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 बाबा नाम. मनुआ बोलो राधे 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 श्याम नाम. राम 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 बोलो राम सीता राम नाम. मनवा बोलो राधे 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 श्याम नाम. रंग 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 बोलो पांडुरंग बाबा नाम. प्रतिवासा साई देवा पांडुरंग बाबा नाम. तुकाराम नाम देवा भक्त सखा बाबा नाम. पांडुरंग 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 बाबा नाम. पांडुरंग 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 बाबा नाम. मनुआ बोलो राधे 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 श्याम नाम. साईराम.
Sai Ram to everyone. Thanks for today's satsang. Great opportunity given to us by Swami. And let us take his blessings. Best wishes to all of you. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, thank you.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.